morning, everyone. Let's start the College Pandasat Math Advanced Guide and Workbook. At the beginning, we are going to start with exponents and powers, and to revise at the beginning what we studied in the previous years. First of all, wish you all good health. Take care of yourselves. The exponents and radicals at the beginning in our first page, that is the law that everything to the power of 1 equals 1. So for example, 3 is to the power of 1 equals 3. And any number in the world to the power of 0 equals 1 except 0. We know that from the beginning. And x to the power of n multiplied by x to the power of n, the product of any two numbers have the same bases. We are going to add the powers, like 3 to the power of 4 and 3 to the power of 5. It will be 3 to the power of 9 by adding 4 plus 5. And if we are going to divide the same base by the same base, we subtract the powers and the exponents of them, and the power of the power is the product of them. We multiply both of them, like 3 squared to the power of 4 equals 3 to the power of 8. And if the number and the base xy, the product of them, all of them to the power of m, that means that the m is the same power distributive among the both terms for the x and for the y also. Like for example, if we say 2 times 3 all to the power of 3 cube, it means that that 2 is going to be cube, and that 3 is in the cubic form, 3 to the power of 3, as we know, 27 times 8. And if we are going to divide the same numbers or different numbers by the same power, that means that that same power, like the m, is distributed among the two basics, that base and the other base. And by the end, the negative power for the exponents, if we are going to have any number to the negative power, that means it's down in the denominator, because you know that product of extremes equal product of means. So by multiplying both of them, we're going to subtract or adding the sum of the powers here. M minus m is going to be 0, so it's x to the power of 0 that equals that 1 at the other right hand side. Let's take some examples at the beginning. If we say that the power is even or the power is odd here, number 1 and 2 for example, the first one, the power here is going to be even number, so the product is going to be positive 1, because we know in the previous years that negative times negative equals a positive number. But here, whatever that one is going to be, the product is going to be negative number, because we've got an odd exponent. Let's take some questions to think about them from the SAT practice tests coming from the college board from the previous years. At the beginning, one of those examples with the MCQ with the multiple choice questions. If a to the power of negative half equals 3, so what the value of a here? You know the meaning of a negative power, it means 1 over the square root of a. So we can say 1 over the square root of a is going to be equals 3. You can change their numbers, so we can say that root a, the square root of a, equals 3rd. So if we are going to make the both of them to the power of 2 squared, we can say that a equals 1 over 9. So our right solution is going to be 1 over 9. Let here, if 1 squared plus 1 to the power of 4 plus 1 to the power of 6, 1 to the power of 8, however, until we reach 1 to the power of 50. If we not here, we are going to add only the powers of the even numbers. So what the value of n here, the sum of them, so it's going to be 25, because those are 25 numbers. If we say 4 to the power of 2n plus 3 equals 8 to the power of n plus 5, so what the value of n here? At the beginning, we should to make the both numbers have got the same bases. If the base equal the base, so the power is going to be equal to the power. that 8 can't be written as 2 to the power of 3, and that 3 is going to be multiplied by n plus 5. So it's going to be 3n plus 15. So the 3n plus 15 equals, and therefore is going to be 2 to the power of 2, and that is going to be 4 plus 6. And now that is 4n, and that right hand side became 3n. So the 4n minus, by subtracting 3n from the both left and right hand side, is going to be 4n minus 3n is going to be n to the left hand side, and to the right hand side that 3 is going to be 6. Yep, it is going to be converted by subtracting 6 from that. 15 is going to be 9, so the n is equals to 9. And you can make sure in every time by substituting by the end of it. So n is equals to 9, because 2 times 9 here is going to be 18 plus 3 equals 21. And that is the same if we multiply it by 2, and that is going to be multiplied by 3. All of them is going to be 27 plus 5 is going to be 32, and that is also is going to be the 2 to the power of 2, so it's equals 4 and 36, and the same numbers if we make them both added. And here that is 2 to the power of x divided by 2 to the power of y equals 2 to the power of 3. Then x must be equal, that x here is equals to what? If we say here that is 2 to the power of x minus y, as we said in the rules at the beginning, we are going to subtract the power. So it's going to be 2 to the power of x minus y equals 2 to the power of 3. That means that x is equals y plus 3 or 3 plus y, whatever, so it's the first answer. Going to the right hand side, if 3 to the power of x equals 10, so what the value of 3 to the power of x minus 3? To find that result they are asking for, if we divide that number by 3 to the power of 3, so we subtract the powers, that is going to be x minus 3 equals, here we should to divide the right hand side also by the same number, 3 to the power of 3. So it's 10 over 27. And here that ones, they are giving us if x squared y cubed equals 10 and x to the power of 3 y squared equals 8. So what the value of x to the power of 5 y to the power of 5, that came by multiplying the both terms, and we are going to add the powers and the exponents of them, so they are going to be 10 multiplied by 8 is going to be 80. And for a and b, the positive even enters, which of the following is the greatest? Here, if you note all of them, all of the numbers, here all the number is to the power of 2. But if we are going to make that a, it's only the a is to the power of 2. To the power of 2b. Here, the both of them is the power only of b. But in the answer b, all of them, that even number at the power of exponent is going to change the negative into be positive. So the first one and the greatest number is going to be number b. And which of the following is equivalent to x to the power of y? That one's for the values of x. X to the value of 2a over b. We know that number down is going to be outside, so it's x to the power of 2a, and that is the b root for x to the power of 2a. Because we said that the square root means to the power of half.